Okay, so while configuring Maven, right, where are we now? Let me take you to this page again from the beginning. So we are inside the Manage Jenkins, right? Inside the Manage Jenkins, we have tools. Just a minute, where we have tools. So inside these tools, now there is a Maven installations. So let's click on Add Maven. I would say My Maven, and here we will configure it to install now, right? So I will just keep the install automatically checkbox checked. Now this is the version I want, and we can set up the installer. I mean, we can tell Jenkins like where to download and all that stuff. So let's click here and we will select this extract zip. Now we have to provide here the URL of the Maven zip. Okay, so let's get that URL. So I'll just go and download Maven. Right, and then let's get the URL of this zip. I'll say copy link address and I'll put it here. Now here we need to specify, like, I mean, this is fine, like we can just keep that as is, advanced. So this label is also optional, no problem. So this is the URL, and now let's apply and save. So now we have not downloaded Maven, we have not extracted it. Jenkins will do it once we will once we will run our job, and Jenkins need Maven now, so it will do that for us. Okay, now let's go to the plugin section. And let's go to the available plugins. Maven integration. Let's download the plugin. Let's install. Okay, now it's doing the installation, and now we will create a job. Right, okay, now let's go to the job and let's click on this new item to create a new one. So we'll say release calculator API. We'll say freestyle job. I'll say okay. Right, so here we will provide some description. This job is created to release a calculator API. We can provide here discard old builds. Days to keep, I would say 5 days. Max number of builds I want to keep, I just want to keep 5 builds. Now let's go to this section, source code management, and we want to configure our Git repository here now. Okay, so let's click here. Let's provide the URL of our Git repository. So now I will go to my Git repository, this, and let me go here and get the URL. Let's use HTTPS URL. And now we need to create the credential. Okay, I am getting this error because credentials are not provided, right? Let's create a credential entry. We can create it from here also. So domain, I don't want to use any domain. We already have discussed about domains and the use of them. In the kind, I'm using a HTTPS URL. So I can either use username or password or username access token. So anything I can do with this username password kind of credential. So I'm just keeping username and password. Scope, I want to use this particular credential in our Jenkins job. So I'm keeping the scope as global, and let's provide the credentials. I'm providing my username, and password of my Git repository. I am saying here Git credentials. This credential is used to access Git repository. Let's click on add. And now let's select the credential. Now the error is gone now because the Jenkins has got the credentials and the credentials have the required access. Now let's scroll down and now let's see here. Now we have here which branches to build, meaning which branch it should take and create the build from. So in our branching strategy, we are going to merge all our changes into the main branch. As soon as there is a change there, we want to create a build from the main branch. Currently this job we are going to trigger manually, but soon we would be converting it to be triggered automatically as soon as there is a merge into the branch, right? So here our branch is main. Now you can trigger your job from any of the branches. Somebody you had asked me that day one question. So the answer is, as soon as let's say you have got a develop branch. So as soon as there is you have, let's say, develop, testing and production, for example. So a develop branch where all the developers clubs their changes, and let's say as soon as you merge the changes into the develop branch, you will do some kind of testing like smoke testing or something, or maybe linting or something you will do. So that branch, that job you can configure. Then let's say once that is done, that is complete, then you will merge those changes into the, say, testing branch, and then the testing build will start. It will create the build and will release it to the, or deploy it to the, say, another repository. Let's say we have the calculator API now where we are releasing the jar files. So for develop we would be having a different repository in the Nexus. For testing we will have a different repository. For production maybe we have a different repository, that kind of thing, right? So you will trigger the job and accordingly the library would be released to the different repositories there. So main, and then let's go to this trigger point now. Okay, so now let's keep the trigger as is for now, and then we will configure it afterwards. So let me go down and let's do this build step. Now I'll just go here and we want to create a build step now. So let me just a second, let me just Windows batch and yeah, invoke top level maven targets, you can see here. Let's click here and here first it will ask us about the Maven version. So this my Maven is this one. I'll just show you where it is coming from. Let me open the dashboard in another tab. Let's go to the Manage Jenkins. Let's go to the tools. Let's scroll down, and here we have the Maven installation configured. Let me scroll down. Correct. So this is where we have configured my Maven. So this is what we can see here, my Maven. So which Maven we want to use is what we have to select here. If you have multiple Maven tools configured, version 3, version 2, so you will configure, you can rather configure multiple versions of Maven, and then you can select the one which you want to use. So I'll say my Maven goal, which we already are aware of. So I want to trigger clean, and for now I will just keep install. I have not yet configured the remote repository in our latest project, so I'll just keep install for now. Once we will configure the remote repository, which we have already done, but as we have developed a new project now, that project doesn't have those changes yet. But once we will do that, we will change it to deploy. So it will deploy the jar file. For now, let's keep this post build actions as is. We will see how can we configure a email notification. But for now, let's keep it as is, and let's click on save. Now let's trigger the build now. I'll just go to the dashboard and I will just trigger the build. This is just the manual trigger. You can see the build execution is started. This one. Let's go and check the console output. Let's check the console output. There is some issue here. Okay. Okay, I understood. So the problem is, I'll tell you the problem. This error. Let's see. Now what it says is, okay. So now let me go up. Now you can see the workspace. The project has started building in this workspace. Let's go here. Correct. So here we are, and what it says is, like, it's tried executing our Maven goal. I'll show you what happened actually. So our build got cloned here. I mean, our Git repository got cloned here. You can see in this we have our .git folder and we have our project. Now it tried executing Maven commands from this directory, from the workspace directory, a workspace location, and it says that, you can see here, in that directory it says that the goal you specified requires a project to execute, but there is no POM in this directory. So the problem is, it tried executing Maven commands from here, and we have already discussed that when we want to run Maven commands, we should be inside the project directory, right? So we need to ask Jenkins to perform Maven commands from this directory, one directory inside where it is currently in. So this directory actually has got the POM XML. So it tried doing it from the Jenkins workspace. So this is the workspace directory, and from here it tried to execute the Maven commands, right? So let's go to our job. I'll say configure. Let's scroll down. let's scroll down and let's go to advanced. Correct. Now here you can provide the, see here, if your workspace has the top level POM-XML in somewhere other than the first module's root directory, specify the path relative to the module root, and if left empty, default to POM-XML. That's fine, but we have our POM-XML which is inside that directory, calculator API directory. So let's take this /pom.xml. Now let's scroll down. Yeah, here we can provide with settings file. Now as of now we do not have any settings file configured of our own, so let it be like this. Once we will configure our remote repository, right, and there we configure few things in the settings XML, there we will just change these settings accordingly, but for now we don't need because we do not have our own settings file as of now. So I'll say apply and save, and let's trigger the build again. I have triggered the second build. Right, now you can see it is executing the Maven commands. Previously it got failed there because it tried to execute it from that workspace directory. Now I have provided it the path of the POM-XML actually, where it can get the POM-XML. Now it is downloading all the required resources. Let's scroll down. See here. Correct. Now the build is successful. You can see the build is success, and we have got our calculator API jar created, and it is installed in the local repository because I am executing currently clean and install, these two goals. Now let's check out those things. So this is my workspace, Jenkins workspace directory, release calculator API. This is the workspace, this one. Inside this we have our Git repository cloned, that's why we can see here .git folder. Inside this is the location I have provided to my Jenkins job. When I had not provided that location, so Jenkins executed the Maven from this location itself, not this one but the workspace location itself, and that's why it had given us the error related to the POM-XML. But then I had provided a relative path relative to this directory. So calculator API /pom.xml, that is what I had provided. Let's go inside this. Let's check out the target folder. Now let's check out the logs as well. Let's scroll up and check out the logs. Right, let's check out from here. So here it has cloned the repository, so the latest check-in is from Sampada. Her request has been merged. And then my Maven, see here, my Maven is the Maven installation we had configured, and then this is the POM-XML location we had provided, and this is the goal we had asked it to execute, Maven goal. First we had asked it to clean the target directory and install the Maven library. Now let's scroll down. So it has started downloading the plugins and all the resources. Let's scroll down. Once it is done downloading the required plugins and resources, let's scroll down and let's check out what it has done after that. For now we do not have any unit test cases, but we are now soon going to, we already have integrated all the unit tests, but in this new project we have not yet done, but we will do it. Okay, let's scroll down, and here the downloading is done, and let's scroll down a bit and check the clean execution. This is still downloading. Okay, let me scroll down. Yeah, here. So download is done, then the compilation would be done, and ultimately the package would be created. Let me go to this, and let me console output, and let me see compile. You can see it is downloading the compiler plugin, and yes, so it is downloading the compiler plugin. Then let's see that package jar. Yeah, jar. It has started creating downloading the jar plugin, and it has created the jar. So let's go and check. Here we have got the jar. Inside this target we have got the classes folder. Inside the classes folder we have got the class file. Here we do not have any unit test cases, so it has not created a test-classes folder, which basically contains the compilation for our unit test case classes, but we do not have it, so we do not have that folder here. Let's check out our local repository now. Let's go and check the local repository, which is C users, say another D, our current user .m2, and this is our default local repository location. Inside this, let's check out our jar file installation. So let me go and just end. Just a second, let me installing M2 DevOps batch 1. It is installed, it has installed it here. Okay, let's go and check out. Just a moment. So we can now, what we can do is like, let's change our local repository, because it has created the local repository in this particular location, and there it has, installed our library. But let's create our own repository. We already know how to do that. Let's create a settings XML, and let's ask Maven to use this settings XML. So how to do that? Settings /settings, and let's create a local repository repository, and let's define our own local repository, and I would say c:\my maven repo. Let's save this settings file. I will save it somewhere outside of the Jenkins location. Let's say I will save it in c:, and here itself, let's save it on c: itself. A name should be settings.xml files. Okay, so let me create a new directory, and let's save it inside it. Maven settings. Let's save the file here. Control C and Control V. Yes, settings, XML, all files, and let's see. Okay, now this is the settings XML we have. Now let's go inside our job, configure, let's scroll down, let's go to the Maven section here, let's go to the advanced POM. We have already mentioned which POM it should take. Now let's go here, setting file in file system, and let's provide the file path. See here, relative to the project workspace or absolute path also we can provide. So let's take this, I would say settings .xml. Let me click on apply, save, and now rest of the configurations, right, related to the remote repository, we will do those configurations here only. And we have already asked our job to use the settings XML file from here. So let's build now. Okay, the third build I have started. Let's go and check out the console output. Now it is downloading the things. I'll just go and C colon and my Maven repo. See, now inside this it is downloading everything. Great. Now here we can see our build is success, and the installation of the jar file has been done here. See, DevOps batch 1. This DevOps batch 1 is our group ID of our calculator API. This is the artifact ID calculator API. So the folder has been created with that name. Inside that, version 1.0 is what we are releasing. So 1.0. And then inside that we have our jar file. Right? So this is when this particular setting comes into the picture. This one, Maven settings XML. So if you have your own configurations, right, by default Maven uses the default settings file which comes along with the Maven installation. Even the POM XML also, there are, not everything we mentioned in the POM XML. We mention the things which are specific to our project in the POM XML, but Maven uses other settings which are there with the default system POM XML, which comes along with the Maven installation, right? But we can ask Maven to use our own settings XML, and that is what we did here. Let me go to the advanced, and here I have provided it my settings XML location. So it is using this settings XML now. I mean the settings from this as well as the settings which are there in the default setting XML. So it's like additional setting file it likes. I mean to say, now we have one main setting file which Maven comes along with, and there is a additional setting file. So there are few settings mentioned here. Let's say local repository. So local repository and other all settings are already mentioned here with the setting XML which comes along with the Maven. But if you want to, or if you wish to override any setting, then you can specify it in your additional setting XML, and then those configurations would be taken. And whatever you have not mentioned, those configurations would be taken from the main setting file, and only the one which you wish to override would be taken from the user settings file. So we have provided our settings file, the user settings file here, right? So that's what we have done, and then we trigger the job, and then that job actually performed all the Maven's things, I mean all the Maven goals, and we got our library released here. So currently we have executed this job manually for now, but we would be adding our test cases, doing the configurations of our remote repository which we already have done, and then we are going to trigger the job on some interval schedule, and then we would be triggering it on a push. So as soon as there would be a push to the or a merge, not push, because push we have kept that main branch protected, so no one else other than the maintainer would be able to push. The changes would be coming to that branch with the merge. So as soon as the merge, someone merges the changes, a job would be triggered.